You know, we all live with Wi-Fi, cell phones, and all those devices that plug into walls, but are all those things impacting our health? Well, our healthy gut girl, Kitty Martone, is back to talk about just that. And I have this in my hand all the time. It's in my pocket, or I don't try to do this too much. I usually put it on speaker. But how is this affecting our health? And is it affecting our health?
Yeah, well, the EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies that are emitted from just about everything that has a battery or plugs into a wall or is receiving electrical current. And they categorize these frequencies into two categories, non-ionizing radiation and ionizing radiation. And we know ionizing radiation to be like nuclear medicine, nuclear power, X-rays, and when people have cancer and they get treatment, that is ionizing radiation and very, very harmful. Non-ionizing is lower frequency radiation that has been thought to not have any kind of harmful effect on the body. However, it's never been tested to this degree where we're exposed 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to multiple devices at once. And then throw in a little wrench in the spokes and add this new 5G technology, this wireless technology that's going to be all across America by 2020, which is great because then it'll be faster, we can download things quicker, it's all going to be about convenience, and it's awesome, and I like it. However, they've never ever tested it.
So how do you think this, and I know there's been some research on how this affects our bodies. There's a lot of electrical things going on inside of our bodies. There's a lot of processes that are electrical. I know that much. I didn't study it in school, but I've just learned that over time. So there's obviously some interaction, and especially as it relates to our bodies and the way it functions, especially our heart, for example, very electrical.
Well, there are studies coming out and a lot of research showing now that it is affecting everything from development of the brain of young babies and children. So, kids that are using these devices all the time, and it's affecting the growth. It's affecting, like you said, heart health, the retina of the eyes it's affecting. They're showing skin signs, like apparently there is an electrical current in the skin that is also affected by these frequencies. So people can be hypersensitive to this, and it's usually women for some reason, or more women, I should say, who are sensitive, who can feel when there's more devices. They can't be in rooms with lots of computers, and this is a problem, and it's starting to affect everyone's health. It's starting to trigger autoimmune situations, but they can't really prove it yet. You know why? Because there hasn't been enough studies. It's not been around long enough for us to do these kind of comprehensive studies.
But let's go back a little bit. Cell phones have been around since the 90s. I mean, the first cell phones that I remember holding, those giant box cell phones, seemed to be a lot of power.
I don't remember those.
And what's interesting to me is that you say there's not been a lot of studies, but I know that in, for example, in Scandinavia, they have been testing them with some of the original cell phones that came from there, and they concluded, some studies said, oh yeah, it can cause cancer. Other studies says, no, it doesn't cause cancer. So it's once again one of these things where you have conflicting information. And so what are we to do as consumers about this kind of conflicting information?
I know it's frustrating because, well, there's a lot of vested interest in these things. They're wonderful.
We can't live without them.
No, and I don't want to. So let's just mitigate it ourselves. Like, I also don't want to be a guinea pig, for anybody. So there's things you can do. You can you can shut your Wi-Fi off at night. Now, I did this, I recommended this to everyone on my podcast one day. I had an author of a book called Radiation Nation that I highly recommend. And he goes through all the science and then what you can do to mitigate these issues. And we shut our Wi-Fi off at night, and immediately, I don't know if it was placebo, but we kept doing it. And I had everyone try it, everyone that I knew, and people were coming back with emails and checking back with me saying, I slept through the night. I had sound sleep. I slept deeper, and we felt the same way about that. So shutting off your Wi-Fi, and if you don't have a button on your Wi-Fi, put like a timer on your outlet, and then it'll shut off. You can also put your phone on airplane mode at night, so because it's right there by your head, at night.
Yeah, everybody does that now.
When your children are playing with devices, put them on airplane mode. You can also, share the info with your neighbors, because, you look on when you log on, you've got 15 other people in close proximity, and just, start sharing the information and try to reduce the amount of exposure at one time. Also, let's not forget about things like Fitbits and iWatches and Bluetooth things that people just leave on their head all day, and Fitbits all day, earbuds.
We don't think about it at all, do we?
You don't think about it, and usually you don't feel it, but some people do. They can feel it in their bones. I meant to say something in regards to the gut, because of course I always do bring it back to the gut. And that is that they actually did do a study about how electromagnetic frequency consistent exposure affects the microbiome, and how it actually suppresses activity of healthy bugs in the gut.
Interesting.
And that's not a good thing, definitely. So it can, once you've affected your microbiome, you've affected everything else.
Yeah, well, that's at the core of what you stand for.
Absolutely.
As the gut girl. It's really interesting stuff. Well, thanks for the information. I think I will turn off my phone at night. We'll try that out, and if it works, I'll report back to you.
Please do.
All right, thanks, Kitty.
Thank you.